Scottie Barnes has already shown that he can take on a heavy workload, but the most effective version of his game is the one where he isn't asked to shoulder everything by himself. With the arrival of Brandon Ingram, the Raptors are clearly trying to build an offensive system that highlights what Barnes does best, instead of forcing him into a role that doesn't fit him perfectly. This adjustment could be a major step toward unlocking a higher ceiling for the young forward. Over the last 2 seasons, Barnes proved he can handle diverse responsibilities, but there were also stretches where Toronto's offense bogged down when too much fell on his shoulders. He's capable of scoring, facilitating, and pushing tempo in transition, but when defenses focused on him or pushed him into tough one-on-one scenarios, his efficiency sometimes dipped. Having Ingram and Immanuel Quickley take on more of the primary creation duties means Barnes can shift into being more of a secondary initiator and offensive connector, a spot where his instincts and versatility shine. Ingram provides Toronto with a dependable wing scorer who can create looks from all over the floor, while Quickley adds stability in the backcourt with improved pick-and-roll play and a consistent jumper. Those two command enough defensive respect to free up Barnes for easier reads and more off-ball opportunities. That dynamic should allow him to thrive within the flow of the offense, rather than constantly feeling pressure to manufacture something out of nothing. This new structure should also pay off in how Barnes chooses his shots. With improved floor spacing and multiple playmakers alongside him, he'll be able to find cleaner opportunities, whether that's finishing at the rim with efficiency or stepping into catch-and-shoot threes in rhythm. In this setup, Barnes has a real chance to become more impactful than if he were forced into a high-volume role taking 18 to 20 attempts every night. The Raptors, meanwhile, are beginning to shape a clearer on-court identity. The roster is starting to look more balanced, with pieces that complement Barnes better than at any previous stage of his tenure. That should ease his workload and let his natural instincts shine even brighter. Rather than being cast as the lone centerpiece expected to do it all, he's being put in an environment where his strengths are amplified, the type of situation that often propels young stars to their next level. Brandon Ingram has consistently displayed scoring excellence over the course of his career, which instantly shifts the burden Barnes often carried alone. He has averaged 20 or more points per game in 6 separate seasons, showing durability and a scoring arsenal rather than occasional bursts. In those seasons, Ingram has demonstrated a mix of mid-range artistry, pull-ups, and off-catch jumpers, not strictly isolations. His ability to improve his three-point shooting over certain years has forced defenses to respect him from multiple spots on the floor. That makes it harder for opponents to funnel every defensive effort toward cutting off Scottie's lanes or pressuring him in isolation. When Ingram scores efficiently, he opens up spacing, which is key for Barnes to operate comfortably. His experience pacing himself through long seasons helps stabilize Toronto's offense when fatigue or defensive traps appear. In short, Ingram's proven scoring pedigree allows the Raptors to distribute scoring load and avoid overdependence on Barnes. One of Ingram's strongest attributes is his efficiency, even when carrying a heavy load. In 2024-25, his true shooting percentage hovered around 56%, a solid mark given his usage and shot diversity. He combines that with respectable three-point shooting, catch-and-shoot rhythm looks, and clutch pull-ups, all of which help in stretch situations. Because he isn't solely isolation-focused, he can hit off movement or off reads, helping Toronto's offense stay fluid. That efficiency means when he's on the floor, the team's offensive rating tends to rise, even with Barnes handling defensive pressure or being double-teamed. Also, his assist numbers and ability to create for others means he doesn't just score, he makes others better, further diluting opponents' ability to scheme Barnes out. His turnovers per shooting attempt remain manageable, which reduces wasted possessions that often swing momentum in tight games. Thus, his efficient scoring and smart decision-making are vital in reducing pressure on Barnes, enabling Toronto to run more balanced sets rather than forcing Barnes into hero ball. Ingram's mere presence on the roster changes how defenses scheme, which indirectly benefits Scottie Barnes. Opponents can't simply collapse on Barnes or hedge hard on his drives without leaving Ingram open for catch-and-shoot or cutting opportunities. Ingram draws enough defensive focus from double teams, closeouts, or help rotations to free up Barnes to attack mismatches, rebound, or distribute. That opens lanes for pick and rolls, where Barnes excels when the defense is stretched. Additionally, because Ingram can create from off the ball, he helps keep the offense unpredictable. This makes scouting harder for opponents trying to load up. In scenarios where Barnes might be fatigued or slogging through defensive intensity, Ingram stepping up can stabilize the offense. In tight games, having a secondary scoring option that defenses must respect gives Barnes breathing room. This matchup dynamic is a key component in escalating Barnes from very good to truly elite. Ingram's ability to create off the ball and as a secondary playmaker reduces decision pressure on Barnes. When defenses pack the paint, Ingram can move without the ball, set screens, pop out to three, or cut to the basket, forcing help defenders to collapse differently. His improved pick-and-roll play over recent seasons enhances this. He can operate as the roller, popper, or the ball handler in dual options, allowing Barnes to slide off or read the movement without having to initiate every offense. In games where the primary offense slows down, Ingram can change pace and tone, allowing Barnes occasional relief. Fewer forced late shots, fewer isolation possessions. This shared creative load also brings mental rest, letting Barnes focus energy on defense, transitions, and rebounding. Ingram's passing vision and ability to make the right reads in tight windows help reduce turnover risks in high-pressure moments. When the offense flows through multiple hands, it is harder for opponents to lock in on one focal point. For Barnes, that means more sustainable performance over a long season. Because Ingram commands respect from defenses, shot selection across the Raptors' offense improves. With him spacing the floor, driving, and finishing through contact, the pressure on weak-side shooters also eases, allowing better kickouts and catch-and-shoot opportunities. Barnes benefits when the offense can generate rhythm shots rather than forced ones. Ingram helps generate those rhythm sequences through movement, reads, and creating off-the-dribble or off-screen chances. Better spacing also means Barnes doesn't have to constantly bail out stagnant offense. More easy baskets and transition plays come when multiple threats exist. Ingram's ability to draw help and then find shooters or cutters improves the overall assist ratio for the team. Over time, this leads to cleaner possessions, fewer possessions ending in tough, inefficient shots or forced isolation. As shot quality improves, Barnes' efficiency should increase, and fatigue from pressing too hard will be mitigated. Ultimately, improved offense flow means a higher floor for Barnes on off nights. One of the overlooked benefits of Ingram's presence is the mental relief he gives Barnes. Barnes has often carried heavy expectations, scoring, leading defense, rebounding, facilitating. When Ingram can take over scoring or stabilizing plays, Barnes gets incremental rest internally, not just physically, but mentally. This helps during back-to-back games or stretch runs where concentration slips or efficiency drops. Having a reliable scoring partner who has already proven himself at high usage gives Barnes freedom to breathe, trust others, and keep making momentum-conserving plays. This also reduces pressure in media narratives or after poor possessions, fewer moments where Barnes feels he must make up for lapses alone. With that relief, Barnes can focus more on sharpening his shooting, defense, movement without fatigue bias. Over a long season, this mental load sharing could be what nudges him into superstar consistency. To unlock all these advantages for Barnes, Ingram must stay healthy above all else. Injury history has been a problem in parts of his career. Availability is the foundation for him to take pressure off Barnes consistently. Next, Ingram needs to hit or maintain his catch-and-shoot efficiency. Those off-ball threes are what punish defenses that sag off. He should continue refining his decision-making, knowing when to pass versus when to take the shot, so that early offense picks up speed rather than becoming stagnant. Also, there's value in him being more assertive in late-game scoring situations, absorbing pressure of creating scoring options when defenses tighten. Defensively, Ingram must contribute reliable wing defense so that Barnes is less exposed when switched off or in help rotations. If Ingram can raise his defensive rating and avoid lapses, it boosts the entire roster's performance. Lastly, fit within lineups must be managed so that Barnes and Ingram have passing shooters around them, minimizing long stretches of ISO. If Ingram delivers in these areas, the pressure relief for Barnes becomes sustainable, not temporary. If everything goes well, what we're looking at is Barnes becoming a wholly different kind of superstar, one who can dominate without being asked to do it all, and that's rare. With Ingram as a consistent secondary star, Barnes could push into All-NBA candidacy, where voters reward two-way brilliance, efficiency, and moments over pure scoring totals. The Raptors' offense could transform from Barnes-centric with occasional help to a dynamic system where multiple threats cause defensive breakdowns nightly. Barnes would be more preserved for high-leverage moments, fatigue drops, shooting slumps, and defensive sloppiness would become less frequent. With Ingram drawing defensive attention, Barnes can get more clean drives, open transition buckets, and better spacing for mid-range or corner threes. If he takes those shots at higher success rates, plus intensifies his defensive reputation, the move could elevate him from very good star to player opponent's game plan around. For the Raptors, that kind of leap means moving from playoff hopeful to serious dark horse contender. All of that rests on Ingram delivering, but the blueprint is there. The combination of his scoring, efficiency, and matchup leverage could be the catalyst for Barnes becoming a true superstar in the making.